Breaking news. Tensions between the UK and US are escalating after President Donald Trump threatened tariffs on the UK for supporting Greenland and Denmark. UK PM Keir Starmer has responded diplomatically, saying the UK will not retaliate with counter-tariffs to avoid escalation, focusing instead on de-escalation and protecting jobs and industry. Prince Harry has arrived in London to begin a major legal battle against UK press groups, associated newspapers, accusing them of illegal information gathering. He says he feels confident as proceedings start and is the first witness. Violent disorder outside the Iranian Embassy in London led to multiple arrests over the past few days as protests intensified. UK stock markets, including the FTSE 100, are under pressure amid global market sell-offs. UK wage growth and unemployment remain key concerns for economic recovery. A major international flashpoint dominating UK headlines is the escalating trade and geopolitical standoff with the United States over Greenland. US President Donald Trump has publicly criticized the UK's decision to support a deal transferring the Chagos Islands to Mauritius, calling it an act of great stupidity and tying it to broader grievances, including Greenland itself. More urgently, the US administration has threatened to impose tariffs on British exports, starting at 10% from 1 February 2026, rising to 25% from June 1, unless the UK alters its stance on the Greenland issue, a move that would affect a wide range of British industries. The UK government has condemned the tariff threat as completely wrong and stressed that calm diplomacy is needed between allies. This dispute is reverberating through economic markets, with British exporters, manufacturers and small firms expressing deep concern about the unpredictability of UK-US trade relations, particularly in sectors such as light manufacturing and fashion. Trump's comments have reignited transatlantic tensions and raised fears of broader trade retaliation. The UK remains committed to avoiding escalation while defending its sovereign foreign policy choices. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer continues to navigate a complex domestic landscape. The government is under pressure from backbench MPs to act on child safety online and has launched a consultation on a possible ban of under-16s from social media platforms, modelled on Australia's rules. Critics argue this could have far-reaching impacts on digital freedoms and enforcement. In Parliament this week, members of Parliament are debating key legislative items, including sentencing reform, Holocaust memorial legislation, and amendments to bills affecting areas such as public office accountability, reflecting a busy parliamentary agenda. Meanwhile, former Conservative defence ministers, including Sir Ben Wallace and Sir Grant Shapps, are appearing before a Commons committee regarding the Afghan data breach and refugee resettlement decisions, a long-running inquiry into how sensitive information was handled, illustrating ongoing scrutiny over past government actions. A high-profile report by a UK think tank alleges that repeated policy U-turns have cost taxpayers an estimated £8.2 billion, highlighting concerns for fiscal management and undermined political credibility. Critics say this reflects the highest reported level of policy instability in nearly 3 decades, particularly around welfare and business tax policy shifts. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has published updated forecasts indicating that the UK economy is expected to grow about 1.3% in 2026, slightly below its 2025 performance as inflation and interest rates continue to fall toward the Bank of England's target. The IMF also predicts the UK could become the third fastest growing G7 economy by 2027, behind the United States and Canada, an important signal for international investors. Despite facing persistent global uncertainties, fiscal policy adjustments and post-pandemic recovery efforts underpin this relative optimism. Though inflation has eased, other indicators, including slow wage growth and modest GDP per capita gains, suggest that UK living standards are likely to lag behind other advanced economies, a concern amplified by the IMF's longer-term forecasts. Independent analysts note the UK may experience some of the slowest real income growth among G7 peers, affecting households' purchasing power and saving capacity. Recent agreements with European partners outline a framework under which UK troops could be deployed to Ukraine for peacekeeping duties once a peace deal is concluded. This represents a shift from covert operations to a formalised legal basis for British forces supporting stability efforts. In solidarity with the ongoing Iranian protests, members of the Iranian diaspora held a significant rally near 10 Downing Street, highlighting UK civil society's engagement in global human rights movements. The UK Foreign Office has also issued travel advisories about conditions inside Iran, underscoring geopolitical concerns. Prince Harry has arrived in London for a high-profile court case against Associated Newspapers, a major British media group that publishes outlets including the Mail Daily and Mail on Sunday. Harry's claim centres on accusations of illegal news gathering and privacy breaches. The trial is expected to last 9 weeks, with other prominent figures such as Sir Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley among the claimants. This continues Prince Harry's long-running legal push to hold major British press outlets accountable for intrusive practices. An unusually strong geomagnetic storm caused by a solar coronal mass ejection may create conditions favourable for viewing the Northern Lights across parts of the UK, including Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, between late Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning, weather experts say. The Met Office has forecast a significant drop in temperatures across Scotland later this week, with snow and sleet expected in various regions as cold air masses move in. Travel disruptions and alerts for hazardous conditions may occur. The UK government has unveiled a new international education strategy aimed at increasing the value of education exports, including international students and e-learning technologies, to £40 billion per year by 2030. This strategy will emphasise skills, digital learning, and transnational educational partnerships. Plans are moving forward for the approval of a new Chinese diplomatic compound in London, described as possibly the largest Chinese embassy in Europe, despite security concerns raised by MPs and intelligence officials. Government sources say enhanced security measures are expected to mitigate risks, but critics remain wary. Preparations continue for the Brit Awards 2026, scheduled for February 28, 2026, in Manchester, the first time the ceremony will be held outside London. The event celebrates excellence in British and international music. Major international disputes, especially with the US, are shaping UK diplomatic and economic policy. Domestic politics remain dynamic, with policy debates on welfare, social media and legislative priorities. The economy's outlook shows cautious optimism but persistent challenges for households. Foreign policy commitments, from Ukraine peacekeeping frameworks to diaspora activism, mark the UK's global role. Weather and space phenomena, aurora-related storms, add a unique twist to current affairs. Please like, share and subscribe this YouTube channel.